Amy from Amplify. You're now in the interview with Jules from the Presets. Please go ahead.
Good morning, Jules.
Thanks, Bree. Hi, Amy. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you for asking. How are you this morning?
I'm really good, thanks.
I hear that you're currently very busy getting ready for the upcoming tour, so thank you very much for taking the time to chat with me today.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
So, Hi Viz. It's an album that's been a couple of years in the making now, and it's finally ready to drop in a couple of days. How are you feeling?
Really excited, actually. We've been so busy rehearsing for the new tour and, doing all the promo and everything, and I had forgotten that the album's actually coming out in 2 days.
Yeah.
It just sort of hit me this morning, and I'm really excited for fans to finally hear it.
Fantastic. I know the fans are more than ready, because I've noticed that you've really been prolonging the teasing with this one, Jules. It started,
That's the modern way. We've got to tease until we finally release it. That's how we have to do it these days.
It is. I know, but it really, really hurt this week when you started releasing just tiny snippets of the album.
Well, rest assured, I've only got 48 hours to wait now, or even less. So, not long to go.
Awesome. So, Jules, originally the album was due for release May 18. Dare I ask what pushed back the release date?
Oh, golly gosh, I think we're waiting on a video to get finished for Downtown Shutdown. And look, aside from that, I don't know. There's between the record label and the management. We handed the album in last Christmas, so it's not our fault. I think once the label and the management sort of get together and they start practicing their dark arts of album release, magic. Look, I don't know how they come up with those decisions, but yeah, we're sorry that the fans have to wait a couple more weeks.
Yeah, well, when you've been waiting a couple of years, what's another 2 weeks?
Exactly, yeah, hopefully they won't be too sorted.
So I did get sent a copy of the album to prep for this interview. The thing that stood out most for me while listening through Hi Viz is that it is really a varied mix of different styles and vibes. I feel like the one thing that links it all together is that they are all high energy, like there's just no time to take a breather, really. What was your vision for the album?
Well, I'm glad you felt that way, because that was the vision for the album. You nailed it. We wanted it to be high energy. We wanted it to just feel like shows we used to do many years ago, when we were just set up with a drum kit and a couple of synthesizers in a tiny room, playing to 60 people, and the energy back then was just electric. And we wanted to make it feel like that. We were almost aiming just to almost create like a party mix, like the music you would hear when you go to a mate's house party. We wanted to try and create that energy on a record, because no one plays ballads at a house party, so we just wanted to make this one high energy, full throttle, just a real good time party album. In that. In the same way that, I guess, when you go to a mate's place and they're having a house party, there's lots of different tracks, it's quite varied, the music they would play. We wanted to make this album, tread that fine line between having variation with a few different voices on there and a few different styles, but still, hopefully, just sound like have a preset high energy thread running through the whole thing.
Well, I definitely think you've achieved that.
Good, thank you.
What were some of the challenges that you faced in the process of creating this album?
I don't know. I guess the same challenges you face when you're making any album, really. You have a song that you're working on, and sometimes it's hard to. Sometimes they come really easily, and they're very easy to finish, and they have a very distinct kind of feel and style to them, and it's very clear, the path to finishing them. And sometimes you work on songs where the path is very unclear. Where there's a real vibe, like the song "Do What You Want," for instance. We came up with the kick drum and the bass pattern and the "Do What You Want" hook lyric in about 5 minutes. That was really easy. It was really fun, and we were all kind of high-fiving each other. This is awesome. This is going to be a great song. Yeah, we've done it. And then it literally took 2 years to finish that song. And there was like 60 different
Yeah. All right, that's cool. Jules, there's a nice nod to your classical training with Beethoven. What was that sample at the end?
Ironically, it's Mozart.
Oh!
Well, I couldn't find any Beethoven samples that fit in the right key. I don't think Beethoven wrote many symphonies in F major. So we had to use Mozart. So there you go.
What song was it? Just out of interest.
Oh goodness gracious! I can't remember now. It's one of his symphonies, and it's a recording by the Australian Chamber Orchestra. Golly gosh, could I hunt around and find out what it is? I can't. I'm not in front of my computer. You'll have to just go through all the symphonies and try and recognise it.
Oh, I probably will. I was trying to do it. I was listening to it, going, "Oh, it didn't sound like Beethoven." That's why I wanted to check with you.
You're absolutely right. No, it doesn't have that Sturm and Drang, but it doesn't have that very kind of dark, heavy, Beethoven romance about it. It's more, it's a bit more lighter. It's definitely more of a lighter, playful Mozart sort of sound. But if you listen to an Italian Chamber Orchestra recording, it's on Spotify.
Okay.
Of Mozart symphonies, you will hear it if you have an hour to spend listening to it.
Well, I'll definitely check that out. Thanks for that.
No worries.
You have some really cool collaborations on this album, like Jake Shears, Shane Parsons, Alice in Wonderland, just to name a few. What are some of the biggest lessons that you've learned from working with other artists?
Golly gosh, I don't know, the hard one. I mean, Kim and I both do a lot of work with other bands outside of the preset, whether we're producing other bands or co-writing songs with other bands. And it's funny, I mean, every single time I write with another act, be it Daniel Johns or Flume or Flight Facility or whoever it is, I'm always learning something new. I don't know what the biggest thing would be. Golly gosh, it's all big, I mean, it's all big. I mean, I learned a lot about melodic writing, from working with Daniel many years ago. I learned a lot about, production and piecing different ideas together to make a unique sound by working with Flume. And every time I get together with someone new, I always learn something new. And they're all important lessons, because they all add up to make a musical knowledge, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you have in mind people that you would like to work with in the future?
I don't know, it's always a hard one. I don't really have like a list of people. I mean, when we thought about making the collaborators for Hi Viz, we didn't really have like a hit list of, rappers we wanted to ask or cool singers we wanted to ask. It was more just, we made the tracks and then we had the idea, some guitar would be really good on this, who should we ask? So we'd ask our friends who we've worked with and or like, a girl would sound really cool singing this song, so who should we ask? So we asked Alison because, we're mutual friends and, you know what I mean? So we never really had a hit list of guests that we wanted to work with. It was more just trying to find people that fit the songs. And like Jake, for instance, from Scissor Sisters, he's an old mate from years ago. We always promised we'd do something together. So, when we needed a big kind of camp outro on a house track, he was the first guy to ask, So yeah, and then moving forward, I don't know, I like working with lots of different people. I like working with rock bands or techno producers or hip hop artists, and I really enjoy working with lots of people. I don't really have like a wish list of people I'd love to work with.
Yeah.
Sorry, that sounds so boring, doesn't it?
No, that's cool. No, thanks for that. So you've already had the chance to play some of the new material to audiences in the US, but you'll be bringing the Hi Viz live experience to the Aussie fans in June. What are you looking forward to most about getting back on the road?
Just presenting some of this music live. Obviously we make this stuff in the studio bands would hear me say that and think, what are you talking about? Of course. But yeah, for us it's a real treat. And so you know, we're really proud of the album. But then live it's just a whole other animal, you know, when you add the lights and the all the visual video components and all the people jumping around and the sweat and it's just such a exciting experience. So really just what are we looking forward to, the live shows, just the whole thing, just getting out there and partying with this new music.
That's really, I was just going to say that you are known for your like high energy and just the immersive and audio visual experience of your live shows. So what are some of the things that you think about when putting together a live show?
That's a good question. I mean, you've almost got to program the performance, almost build it like an opera or something, you know. It's got to have sort of peaks and troughs and really exciting bits and slightly more chilled out bits, and you know, so you've got to sort of build it as a whole work, you know. It's not just a collection of songs. Also, we usually try and work out what new material we can fit in there, and then what old material kind of has to go and have a rest, because we haven't got time to play everything. We also think about, like, you know, is there any old material that we can juice up or remix or do a new version of, or do some kind of medley or mash up of a couple of old songs. So there's a lot of surprises in the show which we're really looking forward to unveiling. But yeah, there's certainly a lot to think about when you're putting a new show together.
That's cool that you...
Hey Amy, this is your 2-minute reminder.
Okay. It's cool that you mentioned reimagining the new songs from your back catalogue, because that's something I have noticed. Particularly noticeable for me last time was Are You The One, which completely changed vibe from like a hard-hitting dance punk track to like just pulsating techno. So what's the motivation behind that? Is that just to satisfy that creative itch, or do you just do it to keep it fresh for the fans?
Yeah, it's a bit of both. Certainly sometimes, you know, we get a little bit bored of the old versions and we try and rejig them just to make them fresher for us. Sometimes there's certain tours that we're doing, you know, it might be more dance festivals or EDM festivals, and we try and rejig the music to fit that scene a little bit more. It's funny, we've rejigged Are You The One again, so it's a whole different version now. It's a much more rockin' version that we're about to take out. So yeah, we're always changing stuff around. Maybe we should probably focus less on changing our old stuff around and focus more on making new music. Anyway, there you go.
Please. Well, alright, well I understand that you're busy, so again, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today.
It's a pleasure. You know what I'm doing while I've got you on the phone? I'm just trying to find the name of that damn Mozart sample file.
Oh, have you found it?
Here we go, Mozart. I think I might have. E-flat. Oh, golly gosh. I'm going to take a stab. I have a feeling, and you might want to... Oh, you know where it will be? It'll be in the damn artwork. If you see the artwork, it'll say exactly what it is. I'm pretty sure it's Symphony number 40 in G minor. Mozart.
Okay.
I think, but you know, the best thing you could do, like I said, is if you look on Friday when you see the artwork, you'll be able to read it. It'll say sample of X song, and then you'll know.
Hello?
Oh, you there? I just missed you.
Oh, sorry, I think the connection cut out.
Oh, bummer. Yeah, I was just going to say, I think it's Symphony number 40 in G minor, K550. But the best thing you could do is, just check the album artwork. And I wish I had it here. I just don't have it here.
Did I throw you a curveball there, Jules?
You did. No, it's just going to be on my mind all day. You know what will happen? I'll walk back into the house. I'm in the studio now, but I'll go into the house and look at the damn. I'll put the vinyl inside, so I'll be able to look at it then. But that's not going to help you for this interview. So yeah, that's tricky. But it's definitely a Mozart symphony. Oh,
well, I appreciate that you actually took the time to look for that. That's awesome. And I look forward to seeing you out on the road in July.
I'm looking very forward to getting out there and playing those shows. Thanks for chatting with me today.
No worries, thank you.
See you later.
Thanks, Amy.
Bye.
Thanks a lot, Jules.